something I've been looking at for a while. And I had a few minutes this morning, so I figured I'd drive out there and check it out. And, well, take you guys along for the ride. What's up? Jim here. Welcome back to J Street Moto. Welcome to the channel if it's your first time. I'm running out to Mooresville today because Simpson, you know, the guys that make the helmets, they've got a shop there, and I've been really interested in getting one of their helmets. Mainly, I want a true full that's not a modular, just so I can set it up as the helmet that I use when I'm making the videos. Why not go out there and see these helmets in person, try them on, and see which one I really like best? Or if I like any of them. That's the real question. The crazy things you see when you're out and about in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. I don't even know how they got all that packed up there. I mean, seriously. We made it. Here we are at Simpson World East. That's where we are. That's where we're going to go in today. Check it out. We did come home with a new helmet. Let's see what we have. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and just pull everything out and let y'all know what it is. We've got an instruction manual and some reflective tape to add to the helmet. I went ahead and bought a Iridium colored shield, an extra shield to go with it, and I'm going to be putting that on in this video. I also got a pinlock for it, which I will also install. And here is the helmet. It comes packaged up nicely. The folks at Simpson World East threw in a bottle of cleaner for this helmet. I'm gonna let y'all see when I take it out what I got. And then of course I got a couple of stickers and a business card for them. And get this thing out of the way. Don't need it, and then I'm gonna sit down and we'll open it. Comment down below if you guys keep your helmet bags. I keep mine. I use them for a couple of different things sometimes. Like one of them from a really old helmet I have, I actually used to put my rain gear in it to keep it kind of in one place in my saddlebag. Here it is. This is the Simpson Ghost Bandit full helmet. I really dug this helmet. I like the way it looks. I've always liked the look of the Simpson helmets. I did get it in matte black, and we get to do the fun stuff, the things that, you know, I really enjoy doing, which is, let's peel off this guy. Oh, love taking that stuff off. Yeah, and Simpson, they threw in some stickers and stuff, and I'm going to put all those on my toolbox outside somewhere. This helmet is pretty no frills. One of the things I like about it is it has a sun visor. It has a drop-down sun visor inside of it. And while I don't normally use that on my helmets, and that's normally because I've got sunglasses, riding glasses that I'm usually wearing underneath any full that I'm wearing, as well as the halves, I don't feel the need to drop down the visor. When it comes in handy is, let's say it's raining, and I'm wearing my rain goggles instead of the tinted ones. When the sun comes out after it stops raining, my choices are either to put this visor down or I have to pull over and swap my goggles out for the sunglasses. That's why I like having these visors on there. I won't use it very often, but it comes in handy when you do need it. And the actuator for it is really smooth. It drops it well and brings it back up very smoothly and easily. This helmet is pretty well vented. In terms of Simpson Bandit helmets, let's start there because there's a whole line. You've got the Speed Bandit, is their entry-level helmet in the Bandit line. Then you have the other one in this line is the Outlaw Bandit. The Outlaw Bandit is the one that's the one that you can wear on the street or take to a track day. It is all about the level of protection that it gives you and what it's certified for. The Ghost is what you would use if you're touring. I have the cutouts in here. I am getting a comm system to put in this helmet. This is the first full helmet I've owned that I didn't buy that already had a comm system attached to it. I really didn't mind that because I've been wanting to get a very particular comm system, and now I've got the excuse to buy it. One of the things I like about this helmet, there is a lock on the side of it, and when the visor is down fully, you engage this lock, the visor will not come up. The other thing that makes this a good helmet for touring is it does have a lot of ventilation. It is vented on the front. You can see those right there on each side. It is vented on the top on each side of the helmet, and there are exits at the back on the bottom on each side of the helmet. So it does have a quick detach on the visor. You pull this little button down and then pop the visor out on each side. Once you've done that, then you can swap it out for a different visor. The visor that comes stock with the helmet is clear, but it is already enabled for a pinlock. You can see those right there. And the visor that I bought is enabled for a pinlock. So we're going to put the pinlock on it here in a second. What I'm first going to do, I think, is go get some gloves to put on so that I'm not getting the visor all funky and dirty while I'm trying to put the pinlock on it before I put it on the helmet. So I'm going to go grab some gloves. I'll be right back. Drop it in the comments if you use a pinlock. That's an interesting question, I think. When you put it on, the pinlock word itself goes towards the visor. This has some kind of plastic sheathing over the back side of it. Remove the plastic sheathing. If you're not doing this with gloves, you might want to remove it after the fact. If you're not familiar with a pinlock and what it does, this provides a seal between the visor and the air in the helmet, so that, let's say it's raining, it's really humid around you, or it's super cold outside, you've been riding, you have your visor down, you know that what happens is your visor starts to fog up, and it can be quite annoying. The pinlock is designed to prevent that by creating a seal between what the air is hitting and the actual visor. So this one is going to go on like this, and what I'm going to do is stretch this out a little bit. We'll put this guy, click him in right there, and then take this one and put him in right. There we go. Pinlock's installed. There it is, and we can, I think I'm going to wait to pull this off till after I have clicked it onto the helmet. Again, we are going to pull that latch down, line it up, and then push it in. There it goes. Had to give it a little love tap. And then on this side, pull that trigger down, line it up. There it goes. Did you hear it click? You saw how much I was pushing on that. It's okay for you to push on it. You're not going to break it. I promise you. And then let's turn it around like this. And we will peel off the protective sheeting like so. There it is. There's the new helmet. The Simpson Ghost Bandit full helmet in matte black. Want to see it on? I really want to see it on. I really want to see what the shield works like. I honestly do. Ooh. I'm inside and I'm breathing hot air against my against this visor. No fog. That's what a pinlock does. I'm going to take this back off. I got this in a large. I did not measure my head before I went, so I've got no way to tell you whether it's true to size or not. That's the helmet. The next step that I will do is when I'm going to be putting a comm system in it. That's the next thing that's going to happen. But until then, I've showed y'all the new lid. This is the first ride with the helmet set up for vlogging, and I'm really hoping that the audio sounds good, because I've wired it the only way that I can pretty much get the mic into the helmet, and I'm hoping that the wind noise is not going to be that bad, because the microphone is like, wait, I'll show you. The microphone is like right here, right by those vents. It's the only place I had to put it in the helmet. I'm also testing the angle of my camera. I can tell you, to me as a rider, this helmet's a lot quieter than either of the modulars I've had in the past. And I think a lot of that has to do with, there's some padding on the front side of this helmet that can't be there when you have a modular. And I honestly think that's what is making it quieter. Even with the visor open, it's noticeably quieter to me. I'm not going to tell you what comm system I got for the helmet yet. That's going to be a video that comes out later. And in that video, that's when I will show you me installing it, show you what I got, and tell you what I think of it. I have already used it. I'm using it right now. I'm trying my recording 2 different ways. One way is directly to the camera like I was doing with my other helmet, and that's my preferred way to do it. I'm really hoping that that way is at least as good as it was in the other helmet setup I had. Preferably, I want it to be better. The pinlock works great. It is hot here today, and the pinlock is keeping fog off of my visor. All in all, this helmet is noticeably lighter than my other one was, both with and without the camera equipment on it. That's a plus, especially when you're wearing the damn thing for 10 to 12 hours a day. Even just a few ounces lighter make a huge difference. That's it. I just wanted to give y'all my initial input about the helmet. And we'll get back to the video now. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this today. Hopefully you found it informative. If you got any questions, drop them down in the comments. Also, you can reach me on email at jstmoto22@gmail.com. That's my email address, and I'll put it up on the screen for you. So there you go, that's the helmet. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, click notification bell, share it with your friends. All that stuff's free to you, and it does help the channel. Always ride safe.
Yeah, ready? 1, 2, 3, shoot. Ah. Asshole.
Really? Peace out, bitches!